Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what is said to be the world first, solar-powered headset. Yeah, this guy right here. We're talking about never ever having to charge as long as there's a light source. Today we're taking a look at the Blue Tiger Solare. Let's go ahead and check it out. So guys, you heard that right. We're talking about unlimited battery life, unlimited use of a headset from Blue Tiger Solare. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with the brand, Blue Tiger is really well known in the professional driving industry. Trucking, construction sites, really environments where the demand for clarity and also where the demand for ruggedness is present. And this guy is pretty unique because the headset itself literally has a solar panel that you're going to see in a couple seconds built into the band that doesn't really look like a solar panel, but is continually charging the headset. So once you have your initial charge, as long as there's light, it's always going to be charged. So literally this has limitless battery life. Now the other thing that they're really known for is the noise canceling. 97% noise cancellation. And also, because of the environments that these headsets can be in, have a military grade standard when it comes to, I would say, durability and toughness, right? So that's another great thing. Bluetooth 5.0, and you know what? They have to have an IPX rating if they're going to be tough. So you have an IPX4 rating. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take a closer look at the headset. We're going to do an EBPMAN style audio test. We're going to put it through some rigorous tests, a lot of different noise conditions to see how well that noise canceling stands up. Let's get right to it. Now in the box, you're going to find a couple accessories. First of all, this is a mount, right? And it's a flexible mount. Pretty much, this is going to contour and allow you to put this wherever you need to put it in a vehicle, right? So it's really designed for someone who's a professional driver, truck driver, chauffeur, someone who wants to stay connected and be very aware of the surroundings. So this is something that will go in your car, right? And we'll just hold it like this as you lock it in. Now, you also have micro USB, not USB-C, unfortunately, connecting the actual headset when you want to charge. If you want to charge it, let's say, for example, through standard power. Once you charge it initially, as long as you have light, you shouldn't have to do this again. But if you store this for a long time in a dark area and you need to charge it, this is how you get it topped off so that you can then use the solar. Now, let's take a look at the headset so we can see all the features. Now this headset is pretty straightforward. First of all, you have this unique band, and this is the actual solar part of the band. And the cool thing about this is that you really can't tell that this is a solar panel, but it actually is. First of all, I've seen solar panels that do take this kind of shape that conform, that could be round like this or have this curvature. But I've never seen one that blends so nicely into a device just like this. So this is super cool. You do have an adjustable side here that's going to allow you to get some really good support when it comes to wearing this headset. Very flexible, again, and it doesn't vice, right? Or on your head. And you also have like some memory foam here. And this is an on-ear model. And you can see that it also has some nice, I would say, material here that's also very flexible. Now, what I'll say about this is that I've tested a lot of headsets before. What's unique about this is that I find that it has a good amount of pressure, not too much though, a good amount of pressure that gives you a really nice seal without overheating your ear when you're wearing this. And I found that to be unique. You do have this metal band that's going to give you some nice adjustment. And then what you have over here is, just your volume rocker power button. The mic moves up and down. And then this little dial here allows you to set the tension for the actual mic. So this basically controls this little bar. So if you want to make it a little bit more, I would say, sturdy or tight as you're moving it down, all you have to do is turn to adjust this. So when we put these on, let me show you what this looks like. So this is what you would put it on like. And again, always I recommend a couple fingers, right? You want to have a couple fingers so that you can watch the pops. But then this is what it's going to look like. You're going to be situationally aware because you're going to hear everything that's going on around you through this ear. And then this is what it looks like. Now, if you want to be able to use it on the other side, just like this, right? This is what you do. You just flip it over. So it really comes down to what is your preference, right? How would you like to wear this? I kind of prefer having the mic on this side, so I'll go back to this and then put this on. Now, you'll notice that, again, I have like on this side right here kind of like a little gap. You can see how that gap is there. That, I guess, is going to give you so that you're not really having a lot of pressure right here on the side of your head, and then also it helps with the actual cooling that you need. But this is what it would look like, and I'm going to turn to the right so you can see the mic. and I'll turn to the left so you can see this side. And if I raise this, right, I have the tension a little bit tight, so I can loosen it up and it'll go up a lot faster. Okay, that feels good. And this is what all there is to it. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do our call quality test. Make sure you're wearing headphones, earbuds, raise up the volume so you can hear what we heard or maybe what we didn't. So next we're going to do our call quality test of the Blue Tiger Solare in a quiet environment. As we take a look at our decibel readings, around 27 decibels of noise. Let's go to switch. Now this is what the Blue Tiger Solare would sound like in a quiet environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now we're going to add some wind to the environment. Now this is what the Blue Tiger Solare would sound like in a windy environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now in this part of our test, we're increasing the noise threshold. And as you take a look at our decibel readings, we're seeing anywhere between 40 all the way up to 80 decibels of noise. What we're going to do is we're going to stay quiet. We're going to listen to how much is being canceled, and then we'll continue with the vocal test. Let's go and switch. Now this is what the call quality would sound like when making a call in a noisy environment with the Blue Tiger Solare. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now if you're wondering what they would sound like if an infant were crying in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with an infant crying in the background. So what if dogs were barking in the background? Well, this is what they're going to sound like if a dog was barking in the background. Now if the doorbell's ringing, this is what they're going to sound like with the doorbell ringing in the background. All right, so the next thing I want to highlight is that there is an app available also for this headset, and that's going to tell you kind of what the charging rate is in the event that you may not know if you're getting enough sunlight or internal light to keep the headset charged. Now, even with what's going on here, right, so I have just my studio lights and they're not bright in any way because of kind of like the profile of like how I like doing my videos. Now you notice here in the app that it says it's fully charged and it's maintaining a full charge with this type of lighting that we have here in the room. So I think that's pretty cool. In the event that you had a situation where you didn't have good lighting, it's going to tell you, and it's going to show a meter indicating if you what the charging rate is to help you make sure that you keep it always charged. But the fact is that if you have it on, even with lighting conditions like this, it's going to stay charged. Pretty cool. So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next one.